going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna get my truck back on the road. Now, if you didn't watch last week's video, go check it out. We found a coolant leak on this thing, had to replace the water pump, then the water pump turned into an oil cooler job, and it left me defeated and unable to finish this truck. So, first thing we need to do on this truck is hook that slave cylinder back up, because I had to take it off to get the oil cooler out, and now I gotta fight with putting it back in, because it's pressurized and it has a really tight rod. So, let's get under the truck. Not putting the truck back on the lift, actually, because honestly, when I was working on it, I didn't really get it high enough to where it helped me at all. It just kind of made my back hurt really bad because I was kind of crunching over the whole thing. All right, I almost got her in there. Check this out. Probably shouldn't be doing it this way, but I'm feeling desperate. I got it to sit in place. It's really crooked, but I think I can just tap her in there. I just gotta persuade it around this. You can tell by the shades, the shards of metal, that this is definitely not the right way to do this. Shards of aluminum coming off the transmission. But we got her in. Hell yeah. Now I'm gonna try and clean up some of this wiring mess. Got a lot of things coiled up here. Got this kind of, I don't know, I don't like where it's sitting. So my AGT's wrapped around my clutch line and all sorts of bad things. So we'll clean this up. All right, we're starting to make some progress under here. It's starting to look better. I have a bunch of factory wiring loomed up like this, which I don't like, but I don't know where it got so much extra slack. So it's up here for now. I need to do something better to secure it to the body, but that's my floor. So, got this cleaned up. This is gonna chafe on the frame here from body rubs. So I'm gonna put some loom behind it, but it's cleaner now, so that's good. Now I just got to coil up and reinstall my AGT, get it tucked in the frame here more. And then I gotta come on the other side and reroute a couple more cables here, find some more securement to go up, and then we'll talk about up there after. Alrighty, we finally got the wiring cleaned up underneath, up to the fender. It's still a big old mess right here, but I have plans that we will tackle in the future. I gotta buy a couple things for that, but that'll be in a video coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Now all that's left underneath is to put the oil filter back on. I'm gonna make sure the drain plug's tight, and then we can work up top. I need to get the fender liner back in, my intake back on, and my vacuum line's hooked up.
A few moments later.
All right, finally got the fender liner back in. That was a little bit of a battle, but it wasn't too bad. The biggest thing was like tucking it back up into here because it's a really tight fit in there. So yeah, don't recommend pulling that out. Just don't do it, just leave it be. But now that it's in, let's get this intake in real quick. All right, got that in. I really need to get a new one. I need to have my buddy John give me another pipe to match the intercooler pipes he did, but later. So, now let's top off the fluids. Alright, now we gotta top off the cooling system. I got this radiator flush to help just take out any of the oil that might still be mixed in with the cooling system. I don't think there's a lot because I kind of caught it early. So this and a bunch of distilled water. Then we're going to drive the truck around, drain it, and put either water or coolant back in it, depending on how clean it looks. So let's get going on that. Well, that's all the water I got. I thought this was a 15 quart system. I just put...
Bitch, you thought?
I put 16 quarts in it. It just needs like one more gallon, I think. All right, this thing's ready to start. Let's do it. I don't know how that works. Replacing the oil cooler makes this thing not cold start anymore.
But it does.
But it did, and it didn't smoke. Remember this thing used to smoke at idle?
Yeah, no.
I didn't do that. And it idles
Better.
pretty good, yeah. I don't know how that works though. All right, we got more water. Let's get her topped off. truck's running good. The coolant's full. I'm gonna go drive around for a little bit, get the system to mix up a little bit, and we'll come in here and drain it again.
12 seconds later.
Never mind. We have sprung a leak. Oh, it just blew that O-ring right out. You guys see that? Hold up. Just blew that O-ring right out of there. Right down there. That's crazy. I've never seen that happen before. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yay, leak more coolant. Alright. I don't really know how to fix that besides drain some coolant, so let's do that, I guess. I got the coolant drained enough to get the upper radiator hose out and that connector out. I tried to retighten this a couple times and I just kept blowing the gasket out of the side, but I am pretty sure I put the wrong O-ring in. Let me show you. I spilled a bunch of crud in here. I'm gonna need to clean that up. Focus. That don't really look right. It needs to kind of sit into this groove, which I thought it did, but it did not. It came with it with the water pump, but I don't know where it went, and unfortunately, I cleaned it up. There was one here. I tossed it, and I took the trash out last weekend, so I am out of one. So I gotta go to O'Reilly's and get one tomorrow. Alrighty, we just got back from O'Reilly. I got the new O-ring. I took the thermostat with me just to make sure it fit right. It will fit perfectly in the little lip. So let's get this in. As you can see, that's fitting exactly where it needs to, actually in the groove of the thermostat. So that should actually hold much better. Alright, we got her good. Thermostat pipe is tightened up and good to go. It felt a lot better putting it on there, so that's nice. Coolant's topped off. We're ready to turn this thing on and let it run. But since there's a bunch of water on the floor where it sits, I'm gonna back it out of the driveway, let it idle up, then we'll go drive around a little bit. Alright, so the truck just kind of started idling really weird. It's honestly kind of knocking, and I don't know why. So I killed it, and then turned it back on, and it's still being weird, so come check this out. I don't know what's going on. Whoa. What the hell? Now I can't even get it to start. Oh, I might be out of fuel in the rear tank. Hang on. What the hell is going on? So now I'm starting to wonder if my head gasket went bad. I checked the oil level. That was the first thing I did because I thought it just like lost oil pressure or something. Oil's good on the dipstick. Coolant level's good. I have no idea what is going on. All right, I'm gonna call some people that are more knowledgeable than me about this, and I'll let you guys know.
More moments later.
We're back. She's running a little better, not perfect, but she's better. My IPR and my pressures I think are a little low. My IPR is definitely low. I think there's just an air bubble in the oil system, and it's an oil-fired injection system, which is why it's idling rough. So I need to drive it around, circle some things out, get some air out of it. She's staying cool though. Engine oil temp's 153. My coolant temp gauge is really low, so that's a good sign. Make sure I'm not leaking anything before I go any farther. I'm not gonna roll on me, right? Don't roll on me. Nah, we're good. Sick. Okay. Woohoo! Temps are climbing now. Steering's looser than a goose for some reason. Oh shit. What the hell? Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. It's supposed to be black smoke. Back at the house, I wanted to check fluids because of the white smoke, and it turned out my fluid levels are fine. So the oil is like right at the top of the hash mark, so I guess it's a little full, so maybe that's why it's burning. I don't know. Or it's just clearing up because of what was already mixed or what already came into the system. Who knows? I'm gonna keep driving it though. I got a lot of oil and coolant that needs to get dumped, so I'm gonna go to the dump and get rid of that. Dump run was successful. Truck drove really good. Drove her on the freeway, drove her on a little highway. Yeah, no leaks, no nothing, which is really good news. The truck's running really good. Yeah, I'd say this is a success. So now we just gotta go back home. Alrighty, we are back. I've been back for a minute actually. I cleaned the floor, I cleaned the bench as much as I could, put all the tools away. Now I gotta get this coolant drained and swapped out. I left the truck out in the sun for a little too long though, and this thing is like, it's hot. It's hot. Yeah, truck is hot. Just sitting in the sun. What's this door handle like? Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna let the coolant cool down a little bit before I drain this. All right, give us a minute and we'll start draining it. Look at that. That's good. All right, I consider that pretty well drained. I can't tell if the color is like watered down green or if it's like a little oily coolant. I don't know. There's more water than coolant in this thing, so I think she might just be a little watered down. And usually the oil sits on top of water, right? And I don't see, ooh, that's a little warm. There's not crazy oil on top, so I think we're good just to run normal coolant. So let's get to filling her up. Alrighty, we got her topped off. We're gonna take this thing out and give this thing a bath because she deserves it. Alrighty, y'all. Truck's super clean, super awesome. She's running great. She's not leaking any coolant. She's back to her prime. She actually even starts better. Yeah, that completes this one. My truck's back on the road. I'm gonna drive it to work this week just to enjoy it. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.